Hey, a big box from Japan just showed up. All right, guys, big box from Japan just rolled in. We're kind of low on decals. I know, mercifully, right? Because the last thing you guys really want to watch is another 20 minutes of me showing you decals. But got a couple of things in. This is the 1989 Intertech, also the 1989 Gia Race of Macau, Reizo sponsored Honda Civic decal set. This 20 car up here is the Gia Race of Macau version. And then this version back here with the number 3 on it is the Intertech, which is the Japanese racing series that like the PIAA cars is designed to be, as well as several other of the decal sets for the Civic we've shown you. There's another company that's going to be doing these Macau decals, SK Decal. I'm going to go with them for Macau decals because they're from Macau and they'll actually have correct decals. Studio 27 has been known to get some stuff wrong as far as the Macau stuff goes because they really don't have good references being in Japan. So I'm going to build this as the number 3 car and end up with 2 Reizo cars that pretty much look identical except they have different numbers and associate sponsorships. The other decal set that came in is this. This is the carbon fiber decal set for the McLaren MP430 Honda F1 car. As you guys know, I won that. Well, I didn't win it, technically speaking. I bought it from the guy who won it, but I'll consider it to be winning it from the Pittsburgh IPMS show. I won the kit, and then I've got the little associate sponsorships for the Johnny Walker I showed you guys a couple of months ago, or maybe it's a little over a month ago. And this is there's 2 sheets. This up here is a separate sheet than what's on the front. 2 sheets of carbon fiber for the kit. There's this decal guide is a 2-sided decal guide, so there's more printing on the other side of it. But you can see what a complete and total insane asylum of carbon fiber this is going to wind up being, maybe if it focuses. There it goes. It's always good when your decals are labeled A, B, and C. As you can see here, there are a plethora of tiny little decals that go on the winglets. Yeah. I don't know why this want to focus. Probably because there's too much glare from everything that's going on. But at any rate, all these little squiggly lines you guys see that are sort of kind of blurry there, they all have to go on these. All have to go on that front set of diffusers and whatnot to go on the front wing. So that'll be entertaining to no end. So let's take a look at the kits. This here, for, pretty basic. This is going to be your Aoshima AutoZam AZ1. This is the Mazda actually made this. AutoZam was one of their companies that they ran, many separate dealership company things. Nissan did the same thing. They had a number of different, and Toyota as well. Toyota still does to this point, actually. Different sort of levels of dealerships where you can buy different cars. This is one of the 3 what they call the ABC cars, which were the AutoZam AZ1, the Suzuki Cappuccino, and the Honda Beat. The Daihatsu Copen, also a tiny little K car too, but was not part of the ABC cars. Because Daihatsu, well, that's not Japanese, so it's not an ABC Japanese car because it's South Korean. But this is a really interesting car in real life because it's kind of hard to tell in this drawing, but this is the door lock right here, and these were gull wing doors. This was the part where the window opened right here. This was fixed glass, so it's really, and aside from being, I don't know, kind of butt ugly in the front, kind of an interesting car design. It's just so weird, and I have the other, the Beat and the Cappuccino, so to have all 3 of them was something very desirable. There's a Mazda Speed version of this. There's also an M1, I believe is what it's called, or maybe MA1, or M2. No, excuse me, it's M2, and there's a Mazda Speed version. The Muscle Speed was a factory version, so it's not a tuner car per se, and the M2 was the second gen AutoZam. I think both of those are still technically in production. Neither one of them are in stock at HobbyLink Japan. I think they're both on back order, which is one of those things where maybe on permanent back order, the way HobbyLink Japan runs, because they'll let you back order anything you want, but you may never get it, just because if they can't get it, you can't get it kind of thing. The only wheels that come with it are these four-lug steelies. It's just a cool car in its quirkiness. So, like I said, never had one, and it goes with the other ones. All right, so next up is this. This is the brand new, earlier this year. I mean, all this stuff is probably, what, 2-3 months old at this point, because it's been sitting in my personal warehouse while I accumulated to make the shipping go down, because all the stuff you're going to see, the shipping on it was about $4.20 a piece by the time it was all said and done with. So, you know, it's one of them deals where weight is an issue, but at some point volume becomes a problem too, and the more you ship, the cheaper it becomes piecemeal. This is the 1969 Honda N60 or N2, the second gen version, technically speaking. You can build this as either the Super Deluxe, which is what this is on the box, or just an S, which was the base model. There are a couple of different differences. I dropped my, sorry for my big fat head there, I dropped my pointer. But like these front lights are different, these fender mirrors are different, there's a different exhaust system. The Super Deluxe has mud flaps out back that the regular car does not get, and there are a couple of different interior differences between the two, all of which is included in here. You can build it either way, so that's cool. This is the Pacific Racing with the Love Live Vocaloids, so why not? Your most recent Super GT Catholic schoolgirls, although these girls are dressed up much more like airline attendants than anything else. We talked about this when the skit was released a few weeks ago. You just have to paint the car white itself, and then the decals will do everything else to represent this being a 2014, 2015 McLaren MP 12C GT3. I, of course, have built one of these kits already. The Muddies talked about Boots and Guignon Racing McLaren, so this will be built box stock to represent this car itself. Look, so many schoolgirls or flight attendants or whatever they're supposed to be. There's actually no other representation of the kit itself. Although I gotta say, for being flight attendants, I bet it gets pretty chilly in here wearing these little bikini tops. But hey, you know, whatever makes them happy, right? This is, of course, an existing kit, came out a while ago. This is the B-Max Chevy Cruze 2012 World Touring Championship. This kit came out, what, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. I got 8 of these. Yeah, I said 8. 8 of these because, as anybody who's watched these shipping crate videos knows, I have 8 sets of decals to do, plus I have 3 of them to do as these factory cars, because, as we talked about before, there is the Swiss and the French drivers as well as the British drivers. So I'm going to build 3 of them box stock as the actual factory race team from 2012. And then I have, of course, the 8 sets of aftermarket decals. So I now have all of the Cruze kits I will ever need. I got another one of these. This is another one of the Hasegawa BMW 318i race cars. This is actually the one I'm building right now as the Watson's car that I was doing for the 24-hour build. This will be another Watson's car. SK Decals is going to do a set of the 93 Gia Race of Macau decals that is going to come with the practice race schemes that is somewhat different than the actual race scheme itself. So I just grabbed another one of these for decals for the future so that I would have it. This, of course, the Tamiya Alfa Romeo 155 V6 Ti in the Martini livery sponsors. I got a dose of these because, as you guys know, I have the other ITC team, the Alpha Corsa team, that also was Martini sponsored, but like the colors are flip-flop. If I can sit here and sort of talk about this kit while I dig through my decal pile here. This, of course, represents the later series car, the 95, 96 Alfa Romeo 155. There are a lot of differences, actually, between this kit and the other ones that they did for the, whatchamacallit, trying to think, lost my train of thought. The Jägermeister and the other Alpha Corsa, the factory Alpha Corsa team, the red car that everybody just calls everybody always called the Decra car, because Decra sponsored the racing back then. And then, like I said, I've got this set of decals, which makes the flip side car where it's red instead of being white. Yeah, it's cool. Cartograph decals. We've talked about before. This doesn't have there should be Michelin logos here and back here, and one on the trunk, and little Michelin men running around on the hood itself. Sort of interesting is the fact that the replacement decals for the Alpha Corsa team doesn't have any Michelin logos on it. Well, it has Michelin logos, but doesn't have the tire decals. So it'll be good to have the sets that are coming out of either Taboo Design or out of the SK Decal stable to have the proper tire decals or tire logos. But, like I said, one will be done box stock as the regular Martini car. The other one will be done this way. And then, of course, I've got the old Bosch kit that'll round out my 95, 96 cars. So, that's cool. And then, this is a giant box, by the way. Width-wise, I mean, seriously, it's at least this is almost to use GM dashboard technology, a double din box. Actually, it is a double din box. I've seen some Fujimi boxes that are skinny enough to be two of these. This, of course, being the new Aoshima Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, the 6 element. I guess it really depends on how you feel about the car itself. This is the much awaited new supercar kit from Aoshima, but I know there's some people out there who really don't care about this car, and that's cool. I mean, I'm not going to force my opinions on anybody. I think it's a hot car. Go look up this car being driven on Top Gear, and you'll see exactly how cool this car really is, in the old Top Gear, not the new one. And there's also this. This is the detail upset for it. This is factory Aoshima detail upset. However, it is also separate. You'll notice it's in its own packaging here. This is running, like $14 for this. This includes, obviously, this large front of photo etch. Also has metal transfers for, like, the names and stuff like that. And then this red stuff here in the back is seatbelt material. It's already pre-die cut for the pattern. All you got to do is stick it through the photo etch, and you know, it's already done for you. You don't have to sit there and try to cut lengths of it and measure and try to figure it out. That's one of the nice things about these detail up parts for Aoshima, is the fact that they these seatbelt stuff is already pre-cut. Or if you have the street car like the Murcielago or the Aventador, it has those cool pre-cut floor mats. So I just talked to a friend today. He's like, this better not become a shelf queen. And I said, this is so much of a shelf queen, it already plays Bohemian Rhapsody. Obviously, I do want to build this, along with pretty much everything I get, but this one is really cool. Just a badass car. And I don't know that I'm going to necessarily try to match something up to this, you know, weird plastic carbon fiber that the car is itself, or if I'm just going to paint it a different color. Because if you're paying $2.2 million for a car, Lamborghini would paint it whatever color you wanted it to be. If you didn't want to just have it be the raw body material. I may hang out on building this for a little bit just to see if Studio 27 or Scale Motorsports is going to do some sort of carbon fiber detail set for the interior and the engine bay area, as there really isn't any of that in the kit itself. And this is a very carbon fiber intensive car, and I really don't want to get a whole sheet of carbon fiber and make my own templates. I'm too lazy to do that. That's the kind of builder I am. I will pay for convenience. So, you know, carbon fiber at your own peril, I guess. So last but not least are the two brand new belt kits Escorts. Aoshima distributes these in Japan, so I got them that way. Again, we've talked about this before. It's very ironic that things coming from Japan that are imported to Japan are shrink wrap, but the kits you get from Japan themselves are not. This represents Roger Clark's 1972 Daily Mirror Rally International Rally winner, the Royal Auto Club, the RAC Rally winner. You get photo etch parts with this, night race parts, and right and left-hand drives with it. This is pretty much a basic paint scheme. You know, paint it white, decals, do everything else. And then there's also this kit, which is upside down. Ha! Timo, you rolled over. This is the Timo Mäkinen 1973 Daily Mirror Royal Automotive Club Rally. This, again, same sort of thing. You paint the car white and the decals are all there. I believe this is the one I've seen the decals for, as far as what's there. I want to say that the decals do this. You may have to do some masking. Obviously, I just got them. I haven't opened them. I don't know what's in them, per se. We will do kit reviews of one of them. We won't do kit reviews of both of them, other than just to say, you know, this is what the decals look like. And then I got two of these, just because I picked two of one of them. Because, as you recall, I just got these, you know, not that long ago. This, of course, is the Calibri lighter decals that go on the Timo Mäkinen 1974 RAC Rally winner car. So, this one, again, it's pretty basic. We showed these decals a little while ago. Paint it brown, decals do everything else. So, those will be my three Escorts that I'll probably build. I don't see building many more of them. I've looked at the other liveries. Nothing else really trips my trigger right now. There's always possibly somebody will make something else I want to build. But right now, all three of these, 72, 73, 74, you know, in a line, are all winners of the same race. So that's a cool little collection. And, you know, I maintain that's the reason why I have three of them. These two, of course, we just built box stock so that they'll be in a line of 3 years of winning rallies. So anyway, guys, that's what we got in the big box from Japan. Obviously, most of it was dunnage for the cruise. The rest of it really wasn't a whole heck of a lot there, was it? Yeah, it's cool stuff. The cruises I'm just happy to have gotten while they are in stock from VMAX. Of course, anybody who's trying to get any back-ordered Civics knows, or back-ordered Celicas. There's a wait on those right now. Probably will not get them until they rerun the next set of them. So I was happy to get the cruises while I could, because now I have them and I don't have to worry about trying to find them. And anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. We'll do reviews, maybe all of it eventually, but there's certain things that are sort of prioritized as far as what my reviews of import kits will be in the coming weeks and months. And then, of course, our next review should be a domestic one anyway, just to keep the order going. So we'll see what I can find around here that I feel like digging through for the next review. Anyway, guys, we'll see you on the other side.